They say the deepest pain comes from the greatest illusion. And that is the illusion that we are utterly alone in the universe. Sometimes endings, breakups, death, challenges can all bring about this pain in the heart. Imagine yourself now walking across a bridge. And as you cross that bridge, let go of your story or situation that's causing you pain. Just let it go as you enter the silence across the bridge. You find yourself in a very beautiful space in nature. Allow the silence of this space to sink into your heart and your mind as you take a vacation from this story. Allow the beauty of this natural scenery in front of you to embrace you, to hold you in its stillness, in its simplicity, in its beauty. And as you observe this beauty, allow yourself to feel connected, releasing the pain of being alone. Allow yourself to be taken in and held by this atmosphere. And feel yourself get more and more relaxed as your mind slips into a deep spiritual comfort and rest. And let this beauty remind you of an even deeper beauty, a one that transcends matter and time. Sometimes in our pain, it's so easy to feel alone. But allow yourself now to let that divine energy of the universe pour on your mind like a waterfall of healing light, washing away the pain as you feel connected to a field of energy and love that permeates the universe. Just feel this waterfall of loving, tender light from the divine pour into you. Healing the pain of separation as you feel deeply connected. Deeply held by this divine light. Connecting to your breath, allowing this waterfall of light to continue to pour through you, nurturing the heart. With each breath, you can take in even more of that light. And knowing that you are not alone and you never have been. Sometimes to heal the deep pain of feeling alone, we have to go spend time in solitude, in spiritual reflection, so that we can remind ourselves that it is a great illusion. We are never alone. We are always connected. Many of us wish for a beautiful life, a life with more peace, more love, more joy. But to truly have those, we have to understand the art of seconds. We don't need to worry about making hours beautiful or days perfect, but if we learn the art of making each moment as spiritual, as peaceful, and as filled with pure action as possible, if we embrace the now and make it beautiful, transformation of our life is guaranteed. It is the only point from which we can truly transform. Take a moment now to make these next few moments meaningful. Leave the world of sound, of dramas, of worries far behind you, and enter a place inside where your mind is as clear as that sky, open, quiet, peaceful. Sensing that inside of you there is a world, a landscape that is soothing and harmonious. Rest in that landscape for just a few moments. And allow yourself to transcend the feeling of the physical world around you. Go beyond the heaviness of matter as you float and rise into the awareness of being pure light. Allowing yourself to enter a space where there is only light, and it's as if a waterfall of light is pouring onto you, washing over your mind. When you learn to access this light and be still, the whole world around you will change dramatically. The more moments that we fill with this silence and light, the more harmonious our external life becomes. It's as if from this moment we're inviting more synchronicity, more support, more resourcefulness, and more opportunities to give and share what's valuable inside of us. Continue to absorb this energy of silence, taking just these few moments to remember who you are, to allow that light to pour onto every cell and renew you, recharge you, and refresh your being. The present moment is the only space we have to create our future from. The only space we have to build a new story from. You have just used your moments wisely. And the more moments you make just like this one, the more powerful your future becomes. Breathe in deeply, continuing to stay in this space of silence, affirming that all is well, and there is no need to wish for a brighter future or a happier future. Because if you know the art of making the most of the second that's in front of you, that bright future is guaranteed.
Hello everyone, Om Shanti. A very warm welcome to a new series in the month of December, Simple Steps to Better Living at Brahma Kumaris, Silicon Valley. I'm Meghna, the host. Many of you have been joining us consistently, so you know me. But for the ones who don't, I have been associated with Brahma Kumaris for over a decade. Their teachings, their meditation technique, every facility they provide has helped me tremendously. My journey towards better living has become a lot simpler. And that is why this study, this meditation, how I've used it in my practical life to make it simple. This is a pleasure for me to share and hopefully learn a lot as well, and hopefully share something that appeals to you. Many times we feel it requires a lot of effort, a lot of work to bring about a change. And we don't even take the tiny steps. We maybe do it one or two times and we let it go, thinking, what is the point? I'm not seeing a big change. But consistency is really very critical. Whatever tiny step, simple step you take, to do it at least for a month. That is when you start seeing the benefits. That one tiny step will lead to many other, tiny steps. And then that actually becomes a big step. That has been Meghna's perfect, beautiful experience, because she was someone who did not even have 5 minutes to spare. 10 years back, if somebody came and told her, Meghna, you will start meditating, you will get up early, you will do this, you will do that, I would have said, not possible. I don't even have 5 minutes, right? And I took out that time and I made some tiny changes, and I saw a dramatic shift in the quality of my life. And I can see that it's not just my quality. Everyone that surrounds me, their quality also automatically improves. So this is a huge charity, right? Where you are not even trying to be charitable, but just by taking care of yourself, you inspire others to also have a better life. So this is a 3-week series, given that we will have holidays in the last week. So we just have 3 classes for this. And we will continue to share secrets on what are those simple steps you can take in practical life to improve the quality of life so that it becomes healthier, becomes a lot more simpler, lighter, and funner, right? Fun is important every time. Inner journey is not a life of boredom or monotonous or really like a recluse. It's really the most entertaining life. The biggest entertainment is your own mind. Once you start taking step towards understanding your mind, you will not want to watch any TV show. Meghna was someone who watched a lot of, well, not a lot of TV, but she watched TV. But now her biggest TV is her own mind and her body. So many sensations, right? So I don't need, there's motion in the body, sensations, and then there's so much of emotion and drama, memories, pictures in the mind. What else do you need, right? It's the best entertainment. So that is my entertainment source. But jokes apart, we will always get started with a short guided meditation in the beginning. Also, try to end it with a short guided meditation. Your questions, ideas, thoughts are very welcome at any moment. Feel free to raise your hand or put it on the chat. And we'll also save some time in the end for additional questions if you have any. So we will first get started with the guided meditation. Kindly invite you all to join me. I'm just going to put some music. Pure being is who I am. Pure water is nourishing. The cleanliness of that water allows you to see everything as is. The light of the sun can shimmer through pure water. They say cleanliness is next to godliness. Or you could say cleanliness is godliness. So does it mean I'm not pure? In reality, in originality, we are all pure beings. It is that selfish big I that makes us impure. It generates that arrogance or disheartenment. I can do this. I am the only one that can do this. I have done it many times. I know how to do it. Nobody else can do it. Arrogance. I can't do it. I find everything difficult. I am no good. This is also ego, disheartenment. Real security is in dropping that I, that egoistic I. And today we are living in a world where we are taught to add more size, breadth, and depth to that I. I know this, I have achieved this, I've been rewarded this, I have studied so much, I have attained so many degrees, I am smart, I am a chef, I am a volunteer, I'm a female, I'm a president, I'm hardworking, I'm kind. One might say I am saying the truth, I'm not lying. So what is egoistic about it? The I that has a sense of superiority or inferiority is egoistic. It will look down upon some and look up to others. That I never knows how to be whole, we. It always likes to outshine others. Where there is no we, a sense of we, a sense of community, there is no I. I without we generates restlessness, arrogance, disheartenment. So how do I feel good about myself? These virtues that I'm hardworking, I'm kind, accomplished, that is what makes me feel secure, one might say. I'm a God's child. I belong to a family of 8 billion souls. This whole planet Earth is a place for me to live. Every nation is mine. Every language is mine. I belong to every individual. I'm loved by all souls. And I love all souls. And yes, in this theater world drama, I've been gifted the beautiful virtues of hardworking, kindness, honesty. I am blessed. So not that I am kind, I've been gifted kindness. I've been gifted hardworking personality. I've been gifted great IQ. I've been gifted talents. Nothing is mine. Everything is part of this theater. And each actor has been given many talents, many virtues, many powers. So what is the ego about it? They are all gifts. Next birth, I will have different gifts. Why be attached to I am hardworking? I will enjoy the gift of being hardworking and continue to work hard, but no ego. I will see how I can pass on this gift of hardworking to some who are not, but no arrogance, just inspiring them. So every speciality, every beauty in us is a gift. Being a female is a gift. Being a male is a gift. Being Hindu, being Christian, everything is a gift. Because everything has some essence in it. Females have different qualities, male have different qualities. Every religion has different learnings. So everything is a gift. In every birth, I will get new qualities, new gifts. So yes, I am special. But so are my other 8 billion brother souls. Because they are all loved equally by God and me. This is what is cleanliness, purity, humility. And this is where God can reside easily. Because this is how God sees each one of us, very special. very elegant, very pious. So today, throughout the day, I will hold this piousness, this cleanliness with me. Nobody is better than me. Nobody is worse than me. I am secure. I don't need to prove myself. But because I am so pure, so special, so beautiful, I'm automatically ambitious in showcasing the gifts I've been given by the universe, by God. Warm welcome, everyone, to class number 1. Today we'll focus on essence of living. So we'll get started. And first, let's just define. We always start with basics and we try to build upon it. But I would love to hear from you all. What does living, the word living, mean to you? Let it be very simple. Just maybe 1-2 words answer. What does that mean to you? Be present, spreading happiness, doing the best in every circumstance. Okay. And feel free to type it to everyone if you want. You should be able to type to everyone. That way others can see your responses as well. Yes, very good. And even more simpler, we could just say it's a state of being alive, right? Just making it very basic. Meaning of living is created through connection, contribution, and growth. Very well said. Yes. Contribution. I love that word. And growth. Very nice. It's really living means being active, being conscious, functioning, which means you're able to discern. That is the difference between non-living and living, conscious and unconscious. Consciousness is who we are, and that is why we are called alive. The one who is able to discern, function. With that discernment, we are able to function, right? A lot of our decisions are automated right now, so we don't even feel like we are making decisions. But every moment, decisions are being made, whether we realize or not. This is the state of living. And whereas when you are in coma or something, unconscious, you can't make any decisions. So they call it a vegetable state. It's not really a living state as such. It's really a vegetable state. Now, if we want to define better living, what would that mean to you? We said living. Actually, a lot of you already responded to maybe better living. But if you want to add anything else to what you've said, what does that mean to you? It is awareness, okay? Very true. Better living means a conscious living, right? Aware, being aware, positive mindset. Very nice, yes. Peace at every moment, very good. Authentic living in alignment with your truth, not someone else's script. Very nice. I love that. Really, it's authentic. That is really a better, it becomes so simple. It might not be the best, right? But it is coming from that clean space. It is being who you are. Such a secure being will automatically become a very special being because you are in alignment with your personality, with your truth, living in the present moment. Yes, that will automatically generate a very better living. 90% of our thoughts are about past or future. Only 10% in present, even in that 10% in present, majority is automated. Like, the I have to eat, I have to sleep, I have to run. Those are like kind of present thoughts, but they're automated. So if you really think about it, living in present is bare minimum. Majority of us are either in the past or in the future. So I really like that definition as well. And, just kind of adding more, maybe more points to it is that the better living, we need to have a clear cut purpose on it, right? A purpose that can be actually met. And we can actually reach that or meet that purpose by walking on that track. I keep a purpose, but if it is unattainable, impossible, too difficult to manage, I can't even control it, then what is the point? Right? So if many of the people in world today, even I think all of us, including Meghna, even though we say I want to have a better mindset, this and that, our actual effort is all generally focused on improving relationships, work. I want to be more at a higher level or do some other different kind of thing. That is generally our focus, or on the body or health. Typically, even though we say we want positive mindset, this and that, if we aim to have things in this direction, whether it is relationships, work, body, finance, and all of that, they will shift and change. We can't control them. So that is why, like majority of you have all said, actually not majority, all of you have said, it's better to focus on a better inside, right? Show up with inner contentment. Really, whatever life is throwing, when you are content, you're automatically in the present. That contentment will certainly come only from being authentic. It can't come from any other place. So then the life outside, which is your relationships, everything will start manifesting your inner beauty. Because you've made your inner world better, automatically the outer world will reflect that. So it's the inside out way of living, very stable within, very light. Never before Meghna has felt so light, and literally mountains of problems have fallen on her shoulders non-stop in different areas of her life. But she feels very light, lighter and lighter, and that is what generates real bliss, real joy, because no problem bothers you. It doesn't mean carelessness or insensitivity or running away or irresponsibility. It's totally being there, doing everything, and also trying to see what you can do with those kind of problems, but not being bogged down by them, not being overburdened by them. So, what are the efforts you are making towards better living? I would love to hear from all of you. What are some efforts you might be making towards better living? Detachment. Okay, you're focusing on that. If you don't mind sharing how you're trying to detach, that would be wonderful. How do you? So, whatever effort you're making, detachment is absolutely essential. Daily meditation. Wonderful. That's a great investment. Meghna started about 11 years back, meditation. To date, every day she meditates, many times a day now. But she started with only once a day, and now she's been doing it many times a day. Giving back to society. Very nice. Very nice. Meditation, pranayama, swimming, gym to help my body, mind, and soul enrichment. Very nice. Consistency, discipline always goes a long way, right? So that's fantastic that you're able to do so many things. Stay away from attaching to family and friends, but able to see clearly what needs. Very nice. See this detachment. Many people think detachment means no love. Actual true detachment means you will be consistently unconditionally loving. That is me. If you are unconditionally loving, whether somebody is rude to you, obedient, unobedient, whatever, they are showing tantrums, they're being unreasonable, even then you are loving. That is what means you have become completely detached. And that generates change in others too. So true detachment automatically leads to unconditional love. There is no other way to have unconditional love. Helping the community. Wonderful, wonderful, great, great things that you all are already doing. So, many of us unknowingly, we might focus on lot on body, relationships, understand this tree analogy. I continue to use a lot because it really appeals to me. This is Brahma Kumaris, one of the best analogies I feel. There are so many analogies, but this one is just very dear to me. We tend to focus on the stem of the tree or all the branches. How can I make my relationships more sweet, more secure, body more healthy, work more high impact, right? And have more success, or finances grow secure. These are all branches. And we all know a tree cannot do well without nourishing the roots. So effort made towards better living, like majority of you are already doing, focus more on the roots, right? Even when you're contributing to the community, when you are doing it from the root level, it is really incognito. Majority of the times when you're doing it at the root level, that kind of contribution becomes very incognito, where you're not talking about it. Most people might not even know that you're doing all of these things. That is what nourishes the roots, because roots are hidden, right? Roots are hidden, they are not visible. The seed is hidden, not visible. In fact, the seed converts into the roots, and then roots from which the stems comes out, and then the branches and everything, right? So automatically when we nourish the roots, the tree's health will naturally become better. Tree's health meaning the leaves, the branches, the stems, which is all of these things: relationships, body, work, finances, hobbies, you name it. Every dimension, your volunteering act, you're maybe a chef, maybe you're an athlete, whatever you might be, all of those branches will do well because you're secretly nourishing the roots. And the roots are basically your thoughts, memories, feelings, attitude, moods, emotions, feelings. All of those things are part of your roots. So very important, if I am making efforts, if I really want my life to be better, and I want to take simple steps, they have to be at the root level. It's not trying to say that, efforts you make at the body and this have no impact. Absolutely, they also make a difference. But the thing is that after some time, that consistency stops. Meghna, for example, was very good. She worked a lot on taking care of the body and relationships. These were two focus areas for her. But there would be inconsistency. There would be time when she'd get worked up. I'm doing so much. Why are the others not doing? Or why I have not done so much? I should have done more at compared to others. Same thing with body exercising. And then suddenly there would be a month where she would not exercise. Why? Because her roots were sick. When you're not feeling enthusiastic, when you're feeling sad, or when you're feeling a bit tired or frustrated, there goes. You'll neglect your body. You'll also neglect your relationships. Your work will not do great. So that consistency will not come in anything we do here if the roots are not healthy. And that is why the smart work, they say, is to pour water at the root level. Automatically, everything will benefit. So Meghna, obviously she takes her body, she eats. I think I've never eaten as healthy as I eat now. And I've never consistently gotten this body exercise like I do now. And same thing with relationship and everything else, that consistency has come, that stability has come because of consistent investment in my inner world. So in spite of knowing in the early days of my inner life, the inside out life, I would not knowingly keep pouring water, right? Some issues in the relationship, immediately I would start pouring water on the relationships branch. Or if I had some issues at work, I would pour water there. Or if I had some issues on the body, I would start pouring water. By pouring water means my full attention, my effort, everything is going there, versus really focusing on the roots. So very simple things, right? When a relationship goes bad, what do we tend to focus on? Suppose, just take from your own practical example. Suppose, maybe your parents are not talking to you that much, or maybe parents is not a good example. Maybe let's take friends, because parents will always generally talk. Maybe a best friend, for whatever reason, is not talking to you, is not calling you back, is not answering your text or anything. What is the first thing that you do? What are some efforts that you make to ensure that your friend starts talking back to you, and the relationship improves? So I would love to know from all of you, if one of your relationship, like close friend, is not talking to you for whatever reason, give them some time. Okay. All right. Meanwhile, what is your mind doing? You're giving them time. Suppose it's been a week, you still no responses. What do you do then, right? Reflect what actions I have done to cause harm. Okay. This is really focusing on the branch. What actions I have done is focusing on the branches. I just want to call it out. Heartfulness, communication to improve relationship. Okay. Communication is also at the branch. Anything that is visible is at the branch level. Wish them well. Well, yes, this is something that is going incognito. Wish them well is totally inside, right? It is not really at the branch level. Nobody will know. That friend also, I mean, it will touch them, but they will not really hear the words clearly, but they can feel that vibrations, and they will feel that energy shift from you. Well, it might not be enough if that, for example, if that feelings have been too hurt, maybe one good wish might not change their vibration, but it would certainly have some small impact. Typically, what we tend to do is we start thinking, this is the mind, okay, not we, but the mind will start posing these things, and we start totally agreeing with the mind. What did that other person did or say? My friend said this, this, and this. What did I do and say? I didn't say anything bad. I didn't really mean anything. I don't know why they're feeling bad about what I might have done. What should I do now? So it's all about did, didn't do, they did, I did, what should I say? It's all action based. Our focus is completely, on actions, on words, and everything. This is where our better living does not work, because again we are taking that complicated step of fixing at the action level. You'll do one thing, again something else will happen. If not in this relationship, some other relationship, and we are constantly lost. This one is mad at me, that one is mad at me, this one is not doing this, I am mad at that one, they said this, I didn't say this. This is really watering the leaves. It's very tiring effort. We all know that. How many leaves are there in a tree? How many can you water? The roots are still going to be sick, because watering the leaves does not mean roots will get the water, which means the thoughts will continue. I did so much. I called them so many times. I even said sorry. I even sent them a gift. I did. Look at the ego that is building in the mind. So watering the leaves instead of the roots will never ever resolve any problem. Because if the roots are still, suppose even it gets resolved, suppose I, apologized and they said okay and all right and it's all good now. But in the roots, I'm still holding on. This friend of mine, I had to go so much after them. I didn't even make such a big mistake. And they, were mad at me for such a long time. I'm the one who's holding this friendship. They're not doing anything. I'm the one. So that subtle bitterness, that subtle blame is still there. Leaves are doing green, we think. Well, that soon those leaves will get spoiled because you're holding on in the roots. That friend, I had to do the work. I didn't even make a mistake. Many people lead a life of a victim like this, and those relationships are never good. The surface level, it looks good, but those leaves will fall off. They will become pale. Once again, pour water, and we get fed up then. We get fed up. Any questions so far? Is this making sense so far? Any questions? Good question. Let's go back to that previous slide. It's a very good question, how to take care of the roots, right? Taking care of the root means your thoughts, your feelings, how to not blame others, right? This indeed requires a lot of study. There's a lot of knowledge on how to not blame, how to not hold hurt, pain, how to not be bitter, how to remain happy, how to remain loving. There's a lot of knowledge, but I can just maybe share one or two points on how to not blame others. When you understand that everybody has their perspective, right? They have their own perspective, then you will not hold on to anything. Everybody is right in their way. In your eyes, based on your beliefs, it might seem totally wrong. But for others, whatever they believe in is totally right. So, for example, maybe for you, wasting water is a big no-no because of the beliefs and culture and environment you've been brought up in. And that's totally right. But for somebody else who's been brought up in an environment where it's, water, any kind of resource, not important, it's okay, just be merry, then even that is right. As per them, it's totally right. But then you'll all say, oh, there's a universal right. Okay, universal right is maybe water should be conservative, we should take care. How can you inspire this other person? Because this person grew up in a house where water was wasted all the time and it was okay. They've never been taught. So they can't change just like that. So everybody has their perspective for a reason. Some people are clumsy, some people are dirty, some people are mean because that is all they've seen all their life. And they might even realize it in their heart that I shouldn't be mean, but they don't know how to change. Nothing wrong in it. Nothing wrong in it, right? Um, so everybody has their own perspective. That is one. Then the other part of it is also that we tend to blame when we are dependent emotionally on others. That we feel that somebody can take away love from me, somebody can take away joy from me. That emotional dependency, when we awaken to the fact that the dependency is causing me hurt, that I need to take care of being loved, I need to take care of feeling that joy, not others are not responsible for me, then I will not feel that hurt and pain. So taking care of the roots mean taking out the time to nourish your thoughts, nourish your feelings, nourish your emotions. How to water the roots instead of watering the leaves when relationships go wrong. Yes, this is exactly what I'm talking about. Like pouring water on the leaves, I think you all understood already, right? We are focusing on what should I say, what should I do, why did the other person say, what did they do? That focusing on actions, words, what emotions they had on their face, how they behaved, all of that is branches, leaves. Oh, let me try to behave like this. Let me try to have a calm face. Let me try to be more soft voice. All of this is pouring water on the leaves. What it means to pour water on the roots is first to go inside. Immediately, whenever you find, okay, your best friend is not talking, go inside first. What do you think about your friend? What are the real feelings you have about your friend? Do you truly love them? Do you truly respect? Love is big word. Respect them. Or are you judgmental about them? Are you happy for them? Maybe they're succeeding. Or maybe they're actually not succeeding. They're a bit lower than you. Are you disrespectful? Are you looking down upon them? Are you jealous of them? Check your roots, because some friction is there in the roots that is causing the problem. So one might say, no, I don't have anything. I really don't have anything. Great. Then just send good wishes, like one of you said. Send good wishes to that friend. And I hope you're okay. I hope you are having a beautiful life. And I really hope we can continue to be good friends. And that is all you can do, right? Otherwise, if this friend, for example, you've sent them 2 or 3 chat messages, they're not responding. Maybe you've even gone to their house because you are such close friends. You want to make sure they're doing okay. Maybe they're not there or they're not responding. Whatever might be the reason, after some time, you have to respect their decision to not have contact with you. Unless you know that there is something really concerning that they are missing or something, it's a different story. We're not talking about that scenario, but we're talking about a scenario where maybe they're really trying to ignore you. Even though you've reached out, then it's important to respect, but keep my heart clean. Not let that mind will keep guessing and judging. Oh my gosh, what happened? Did I say this? They did this? They did that? And go and talk to 10 friends. My best friend, I did so much for them. This is what they're doing to me. There. It's totally spoiling the roots even more. Right? So this is what it means. I hope it is clear. And one of you asked question on how to meditate. I don't know how to meditate. I would recommend you to really meditation is we've taught actually in this series many times meditation, so you could even go and watch our previous recordings, but we'll certainly try to repeat another series on meditation. We had one last year, and even the previous year, I believe, or something like that. So you can certainly go back and watch. It was called How to Meditate, a Practical Guide. That's what it was called. So if you go back to our playback list, you will find it. And I highly recommend actually going in person and learning meditation, because this is something that is better learned in person, because you get the vibrations. There is this sense of warmth and community where other people are sitting in the classroom. Recently did an in-person class on meditation. It was just amazing, the vibrations and everything, and the way people ask questions and participate. It's a very different experience. So Brahma Kumari centers are all over. So I hope you'll have a center nearby and you can go and learn meditation there. That is indeed nourishing your roots. So continuing to talk about how to nourish your roots, this is exactly the question that you're asking. How do we ensure healthy roots? Healthy roots means what? Pure and benevolent thoughts. Benevolent means in Hindi, sabka acha ho. Everybody does good. Everybody does well. Everybody progresses. Everybody is prosperous. That is what is healthy roots at the soul level, right? So how do you generate this? What are some efforts we can do to ensure healthy roots? Would love to hear your ideas. What can we do to ensure healthy roots? Thoughts, feelings, moods, memories, everything becomes healthy. What can we do for that? Practice it, okay? Meditation, understand what triggers your thoughts, very good. Being positive from inside, very good. I'm reading a comment here that's being very honest there, and it's great that you're able to be honest and share that you were disrespectful because of your child not passing one particular exam. I don't know. It's really. I think this is where we as parents really need some way of watering our roots so that we cannot get affected by the branches. Because branches, which is relationships, our body, they will fall sick, they will shake, they will shift, right? And for us to not be disturbed by it, when will that happen? When the roots are strong. That is when the whole tree will hold well. So we are generally just pouring water on relationships. It doesn't work. Focus on more on child, more on child, more on child. I'm paying so much money. I'm doing everything. But really, we need to focus on the thoughts, self-love and acceptance. Very good. So the most powerful, at least based on my experience in this last many years, the most powerful way, technique to change your thoughts is, who am I? Who am I needs to be very clear. This is very nice. People are acting per their karma and per their perspective. Yes, absolutely. Their karma is with them and my karma is with me. Practicing Sankalp and Shrishti. Very good. Yeah, you create. Shrishti means world. Sankalp means thoughts. You create your world through your thoughts, which is your outer world is a projection of inner world, soul consciousness. Soul consciousness is a big word. What does it mean? Has a lot of depth, and I'm sure each one of you has a lot of depth in that. Let's focus on that to some extent here. Typically, when we ask ourselves, who am I? We will get answers which says, I am a parent, or I am a sister, or, I am a CEO, I am very rich, I am female, or I am tiny, I have a beautiful face, I have great hair. This is what the I is all about. If the I is limited to branches, my thoughts will all be focused on branches automatically. And because branches are unstable, they shift and they perish, which means my relationships will never be the same, right? I am a parent means what? Everything of mine is dependent on how kids do. So kids will never consistently do well. What is the role of the parent? Parent's role is to provide gifts, nourishment, courage, power, strength, irrespective of how the kid is doing, whether the kid is obedient, rude, mean, kind, bright, not bright. Parent's role is to give, but parent can't. Why? Because parent identity is, when my kid is smart, when my kid is doing well, that is when I am good. Otherwise, I'm a bad parent. Automatically, you get very upset. So all of these identities cause the thoughts to be polluted. They are limited identities. Why limited? Because their health, their honor is dependent on different leaves and branches. Parent identity is dependent on society, on kids, on rules and regulations, on situations. Work identity is dependent on managers, employees, finance market, stock market, companies, so many different things. So if I have an identity that is dependent, automatically my thoughts and feelings will be filled with fear, stress, impatience, greed, jealousy. Same thing with body. Body can never look the same. It can never have the same health. And that is why we go through all of these thoughts and feelings which keep changing. And that is why at Brahma Kumaris, our focus is on, you are the seed from which this entire tree has emerged. You are that soul. And soul's nature, innate nature, like sun's nature is warmth. Its nature is brightness. Flower is fragrance and colorful. Fire is heat. That is their primary nature. What is soul's primary nature? If you focus on attention every day, see the tree of your life and go to the roots and deeper, from where have these roots come out? If the roots come out from relationships, they will be sometimes kind, sometimes bitter. If the roots come out from work, sometimes stress, sometimes peace. Finances, sometimes proud, sometimes fear. Body, sometimes arrogance, sometimes disheartenment. But I, the soul, who am I? Every time you focus on this throughout the day, that I am peace. I can never find peace in branches. I am love. I can never find love in the branches. I can only give love, and others can also express, but they can't really fulfill me. Inner fulfillment is when you awaken to you are love. It's only a myth and illusion that, oh, my parents love me so much. Yes, they love you, but their love cannot fulfill you forever. It's only a gift which can change and it might remain permanent. Great. But give yourself the gift of who you are. Then automatically, this is what watering roots is, knowing who you are. Then automatically the tree will flourish. Any questions on this? Because there are quite a few questions on how to ensure healthy roots. Any questions on this? Good. So we are talking about few different steps that we can take, right? This is really the alignment, planetary alignment, right? If this alignment is not there, this whole universe will be under a big trouble, big problem, right? So problems can't be solved if action and words aren't aligned with true thoughts and feelings. If my thoughts and feelings are bitter, but I'm trying to show a lot of love towards a friend, it will never work in the long run. And it will be a lot of work because inside I'm feeling bitter and I'm trying to be sweet. You'll feel very tired being unauthentic, like one of you said, right? Takes away a lot of energy to be unauthentic. Dishonesty is a big disease. It's really a big disease that has caught majority of the souls of this world. It's an artificial world. Most people don't mean what they are saying. So you've got to be very careful. So the inner world is one place, and then outer world. If these are not aligned, right? Different colors is what we're trying to show here. Then problems are never solved permanently. Your life will become very complicated. If you want to simplify your life, very important to go within and check why I am bitter about anyone. It could be your kid, it could be your friend, it could be your parents, it could be your spouse, whoever that one might be, maybe your neighbor, an employee, whoever it is, check what is that bitterness. How can I resolve? Now, this doesn't mean I'm having bitterness. I should start offloading that bitterness. I'm being authentic. No, that is, you're not being authentic to who you are. Soul's nature is what? Love, joy, respect, peace. And if you're saying I'm being bitter, is I'm feeling the bitterness. No, you're feeling bitterness because you identified yourself in the branches. You identified yourself as a manager or as a sibling or as someone, and that is why that bitterness came. So first step is to go back. Who are you? Now your roots need to be aligned to your truth. Once the roots are aligned, you don't even need to say anything. Actually, most of the times automatically relationship issues will get solved. If you keep your heart clean, that is no bitter memory. Heart clean means no memory. Even if the friend did this, did that, didn't do this, can I keep my heart clean? Can I forgive myself? Forgiving myself means don't keep any bitter things about others, yourself in your heart. There was a reason for whatever I did. There was a reason for why others did what. That information doesn't matter to me anymore. Throw it out. I don't need it. So that cleanliness automatically doesn't require any words and actions. Things will get resolved on their own. That is the magic. The inner world, if you keep it clean, it has such a power. It will change your outer world of relationships and work, body, finances without you doing anything. That is the power that we are not unleashing in today's life. This one we talked about it, and I think you all also brought it up. Outer world is really a manifestation, total manifestation of your inner state, right? So whatever you're thinking, feeling, whatever memories you are storing within, they are becoming alive in your world of relationships, world of work. If you are, holding on to jealousy, jealousy is not the original nature of the soul, but you are holding on to it, saying, I have the jealousy, I am jealous. Then you will meet more people of whom you can be jealous of. Once you say, no, jealousy is not my trait, why would I feel insecure if others are doing well? I'll be happy for them. I will learn from them. They've gotten some gifts. I have gifts too to offer to them. If you change which is what the meditation was focusing on, changing the I to we, changing every speciality of yours as a gift, not holding that ego, then there is no question of jealousy. There's only a question of belongingness. Man, my specialty is a gift. How can I share? Their specialty is gift. How can I take advantage of that? How can I also benefit from that specialty? So then when you don't have that jealousy within, you will never meet any kind of people of whom you can be jealous of. Your relationships will automatically become beautiful if you're not jealous. People don't feel comfortable around, folks who are jealous, who are insecure all the time. Nobody wants to be a friend of someone who's jealous all the time. Right? But if I'm holding on to jealousy inside, saying, yeah, I'm jealous, my parent also were like that, they were also all the time jealous, don't hold on to it. That is not your truth. Soul is only generous, soul is only happy, loving of others, very happy if others are progressing. That is my true nature. So I think this is the last slide, then we can take questions if there are any. Who is infusing whom? Again, we are taking another simple step. We are talking about, maybe there's one more slide after this and we can cover that if you don't have questions. So infusing, right? Like whatever fragrance, whatever liquid that you pour in and you infuse it, that whatever is being infused is totally colored by that gel, right? Totally, the fragrance comes in, the color comes in, it totally infuses it, right? It's infusing, in a way you can say, is influences, it's overpowering. So so typically in again, the branches seem to be infusing us. That branches, it could be stress at work, maybe pain or some discomfort in the body, maybe there's some conflicts in relationship, maybe that is infusing me. Maybe it is influencing me. There's maybe one relative who's constantly nagging me. Maybe I'm so fed up of them. So what has happened now? Soul has been influenced by that relative. Soul has forgotten that my nature is love, my nature is peace, my nature is tolerance. Totally infused by that. And then automatically you are feeling that instability in that inner state. So automatically your outer world will also descend. Inner state goes down, automatically your outer world also starts descending. But it has to be the other way around. Remember that you are the soul. Carry with you the perfume of who you are. Right? Always have that fragrance. That I am not here going to be, infused by that person's rudeness or this person's stress or this person's laziness or too much politics at work. I'm not going to be colored, infused by the outer world. I carry my fragrance. I only love, only like love. I only like peace. I don't like stress. I'm not going to be colored by it. I'm not going to be influenced by it. Then you are, that inner stability will bring, you will find that your workplace is becoming calm because of your fragrance. Your relationships are transforming because of your fragrance. So that is the power. That is the power of the soul. So I think just we'll end up with this, because these are the, and we will build upon this next class onwards to go more deeper and see how we can apply them. First is water the roots. We talked about them, right? And the simplest effort on watering the roots is basically, who am I? And lead a very purposeful life. Why am I here? And second step would be separate true self from false self, right? Don't ever label yourself that I get stressed, or I get angry very easily, or I'm very impatient. That is all the fake self from the branches. A parent can become impatient, but the soul doesn't know what impatience means. Come back to who you are. So once you know that your true nature is patience, your true nature is generosity, your true nature is honesty, you will never wear those fake masks of I am this, I am that. And in this world theater, you might have gifts of I am, maybe very high IQ. Maybe you have someone who has a lot of common sense. These are all gifts, nothing to feel arrogant about. Gift means to really have that thank you that in this world drama I've been given so many gifts. Third is infuse the outer world with self's truth, not the other way around. Don't take the stress of others, don't take the weaknesses of others. They are wearing fake masks. Don't take their fake masks. They're throwing away their fake masks. Don't put it on yourself, right? If they are getting rude, you keep wearing your fragrance of love. This inner state has so much power. Outer situation can stand no chance in the power of truth. And then alignment of inner and outer world. We talked about this, right? That first of all, be aligned to your truth. Your thoughts and feelings need to be aligned to your truth. Then automatically your actions and words will be very pure and benevolent. And last but not the least is maintain love for God. This is, I feel, for me, the most important one. Maybe for some of you who maybe who don't know God or who don't believe for you, because Meghna, for example, did not have anything called God in the religion of the body that she was practicing. There was no concept of God. But thanks to Brahma Kumaris, he got a beautiful introduction of who he is and how to connect to him and have that heart-to-heart conversation with him. I couldn't have reached where I have without him. His guidance is with me all the time. His hand is above me all the time. Because our mind is a very, 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 what should I say, very deceptive, very subtle. Until you are not in the company of God, you cannot figure out the truth from falsehood. It's very subtle. Mind tends to blame myself or others very easily. It's only in God's company that you can make out what the mind is doing and actually have the right decision power, the right discernment from good and bad. So his support is very much needed for that inner better living. So these are the special mantras, and we will continue to focus on what are some things we can do in practical life to water the roots, to separate the true self, all these 5 steps. We will talk about maybe more simpler steps to achieve these 5 mantras. So for now, this is it. Any questions that you might have? Happy to take any questions. Yeah, no, thank you for all those comments, and all thanks goes to Brahma Kumari's knowledge. I'm just the instrument passing on the knowledge that I have been learning daily at Brahma Kumari's. So very happy to do it. Thank you for all those comments. I appreciate it. Looks like we don't have any questions. So if you have a minute, please stay back for a short meditation. I am the seed of the tree of my life, where branches are the relationships, work, finances, and the stem is the body. I, the seed, is a tiny, invisible point of light. At the core, I am only silence, deep silence. This silence encompasses love, strength, resilience, selflessness, benevolence. I am God's child, just like Him. Beautiful, simple, and super light. No burden of I did, I didn't do. Thank you, everyone, for joining us today. Hope you have a beautiful week ahead, and we'll see you again next week for another class. Take care, everyone. Om Shanti.